Hello everyone, this is Satyaprakash. Welcome to my channel. This is part 6 of ASP.NET Web API session. In this session, we'll discuss how to customize Swagger UI in ASP.NET Web API. Before going through this part 6, please visit my part 5 of ASP.NET Web API, that is Web API documentation using Swagger and Swashbuckle. You can get this video in my playlist called ASP.NET Web API tutorial. So in this video, I will discuss how to add XML comments or description for HTTP var methods, how to customize the Swagger UI using style sheet, and how to customize the Swagger UI using JavaScript. So first of all, I will show you how to add XML comments or description for get methods. So guys, this is my code of values controller. This is values controller code. So here I have few HTTP methods, right? Get of ID, post and put. So as of now, I already have added some XML comments for get of ID. So this is the XML comments. So how to add the XML comments? Just put 3 slash, right? So 3 forward slash. You can call it simply slash, and it will create your the automatic XML section for you, right? And here we can write our own comments in summary and param section. So I have added here get employee list, because this HTTP get method will return the only get employee list. So that's why I mentioned here get employee list. And here get int of ID, that means I have added the XML section here. And here a description is I have mentioned here get employee details based on ID parameter. And here is XML section is added one more section here, param name, because it is filter your data based on int ID. So that I have mentioned here the description here is employee ID. So this is all about how to add the XML comments in HTTP get methods. And in this way we can add the XML comments in for other HTTP verbs, post, put and delete, right? So what is the next step we need to do is we can open our swagger config.cs file, which is available under app_start folder. So this is the swagger config.cs file. So this file contains all the configuration related files for Swagger. So Swagger UI has some features, facilities to read XML comments. So to reflect these XML comments, whatever we have added, how to reflect it. So just right click on the project and go to properties, and go to build section and just scroll down. Inside output you can see XML documentation file. You just check it and save these changes, and you can see the path is created bin/webapi-coding.xml. Web API coding is nothing but the name of the project name. After then you just close this one. And I'll show you one more thing is we can customize in Swashbuckle in various way, like style sheet, JavaScript, HTML file, submit methods, boolean values, etc. Right? So as of now we already have added the XML comments, and to reflect these XML comments we have what I'll do, just right click on the project and check the documentation, XML documentation file. And in swagger config.cs file we need to do some changes, add some codes here. So I have added this line of code in swagger config.cs file. This is the method name I have added, that is get XML comments path. And in return string format I have added this format of string, and the path is given web API coding.xml, right? And next step is here web API coding, it is the name of the project. And the next line of thing is we need to uncomment few line which is already commented in our swagger-config.cs file. So I need to include XML. So this line of code, earlier it was commented, but I uncomment this line of code, right? So this is about how to add the XML comments to our web API HTTP methods, right? And next step is how to customize the Swagger UI using style sheet. So what I'll do, what I done here already, inside content folder, just right click on it, go to add, and here you can see one style sheet option is there, right? So click on it, and I already have added one swagger style.css file. So I have added this line of code, that is the class file is swagger-section and a header section, and this section I have added two properties, that is background color, one is padding of header, right? So up to how to and here I need to make some changes. So right click on this style.css file and go to properties. Make sure the build action should be embedded resources. After done this, save your changes, go to your and go to the so how I need to add this CSS file as a reference in swagger-config.cs file. So what to do this, I'll go to swagger-config.cs file. I need to find out one method called inject style sheet. So guys, here you can see this line of code, earlier it was commented, but I uncomment this one, and after then I replace it this line of code, this assembly comma web API coding content and swagger style.cs. So this is nothing but the path up to swagger style.cs, because inside web coding it is a project name inside content folder, and inside content folder our CSS file is present. So I need to write this type of things inside the swagger-config.cs file for CSS, right? And this is the full name of CSS file, whatever we have mentioned here, right? Okay, this in this way we can customize the Swagger UI using CSS file. And the next step is how to customize the Swagger UI using JavaScript. So like Swagger style.cs file, in this way we can create one JavaScript file called swaggerscript.js, and we need to change the build action to embedded resources, right, for that JS file, and save your changes. And I have added few line of JavaScript code, that is when the Swagger UI will load for first time, one alert will be shown, that is Swagger script alert is added, right? And once it is done, go to your swagger-config.cs file, because I need to add this swagger-script.js file as a reference in swagger-config.cs file. So go to swagger-config.cs file, find out one method called inject JavaScript. So you can see this line of code. It is earlier it was commented. I uncomment this one, and I have added this line of code to map to the JS file. So inside web API code is the project name, inside content folder our JS file is present, that is swaggerscript.js. So this is the full name of JS file, that is under web API coding inside content and swaggerscript.js file. So guys, in this way we can customize the whole Swagger UI as per the requirements. So once it is done for XML comments, CSS and JavaScript in the swagger-config.cs file, to reflect those changes, just build your solution, right? Build your solution like this, and we can see build is succeeded. Once it is done, right, Once it is done, just click on it, then run the application here. So I'll run it. So guys, here I'll show you one by one functionality whatever we have added in Swagger config.cs file. So first of all, I need to show how to after customize the Swagger UI using JavaScript, and how to I'll show you this JavaScript alert. So to show it, I will navigate to Swagger UI index. So guys, here you can see that JavaScript alert is showing here, Swagger script alert added. This is because in our JS file I have added one alert message, that is Swagger script alert is added. So when the Swagger UI runs first time or loads first time, then the JavaScript alert is showing properly. So I'll show you the next one is customize the Swagger UI using style sheet. So go to the style.css. So background color will be changed to this one and padding 14px. So I'll go to my Swagger UI. So you can see our header section is changed to defined color, whatever we have mentioned in our CSS file, and padding is 14px. And next one is I'll show you are the XML comments or description for HTTP GET methods. So I expand this values controller, and I can see the XML comments for get method, get employee list, and for employee ID, get employee details based on ID parameter. So if you'll go to values controller, you can see for get method, get employee list. So here get employee list is showing, and if you check here for get of int ID, so get employee details based on ID parameter. So for get of int ID, it shows get employee details based on ID parameter. And one more thing is parameter name for description I have added employee ID. So if you expand this one, get of int ID, and you can see in description part the employee ID is added. So in this way we have added the XML comments in our HTTP GET HTTP methods. So I'll go to my presentation. So how to add XML comments or description section for get methods. There is one method is include this XML comments. We need to comment this one, uncomment this one in Swagger config.cs file. Customize the Swagger UI using style sheet. We need to modify the line of code in Swagger config.cs file, that is inject style sheet, and inside we need to give the path up to CSS file. And customize the Swagger UI using JavaScript. So modify this line of code in Swagger config.cs file, and in inject JavaScript method we need to give the path to our JS file. So this is my YouTube channel. Subscribe and share it to get the updated knowledge on .NET Core, C#, SQL Server, Angular, DevOps, and GitHub. So what we have learned today in this video is how to add XML comments for HTTP GET methods. Like this we can add for other methods as well, and how to customize the Swagger UI using JavaScript, and how to customize the Swagger UI using style sheet. So that's all for today guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.